All right, perfect. Here we are, episode 18 of the Hybrid Athlete Podcast. It is March 10th. Weather's starting to get better, and race season is pretty much in full swing now, at least for me. And I hope that for everyone else out there that's interested in running and doing kind of races and then lifting and doing this whole hybrid athlete thing, it's working out for you. Thank you for a couple of the subscribers who have subscribed lately. I saw about 15 to 18 new people subscribe to my channel, so much appreciated. I'll try to keep bringing you guys some good, kind of customized content, some good shorts with my personal progress and my personal, fitness updates and whatnot. And then in terms of these, these long form conversations, 15 to 20 minute videos, I'm going to provide you with kind of a case study reflection and input from me personally, from my experience. For those of you who never really have watched any of these videos or kind of don't know me personally, I basically have a background in, basically endurance races as well as weightlifting, meaning I try to do both at a pretty high level. I'm pretty advanced. Basically last year I ran a 3-hour 4-minute marathon, so real close to qualifying for Boston. My body weight's a little bit more than most that try to do the race. Most people that are my height, I'm 6'1", 6'1 and a half. And, I worked out with a guy last year for a while in training, and he weighs 54 pounds, and he's the same height as me. So most people that, do this type of stuff are lighter. So I kind of take a little bit of pride in the fact that I'm trying to do both, and it's a challenge and all that. But I think for this episode, I kind of gave an introduction last episode to like what my schedule looks like and my goal for doing a half marathon to start out this year. So I could speak a little bit to kind of the final training, regarding that race, which is coming up soon. And then get more into kind of like the ketogenic diet that I'm doing, and maybe better define keto for some of you who are interested in changing your diet or interested in basically just adopting like a new diet plan. I have a couple new clients that are really happy with the diet plans, the templates that I provided them. So I am certified as a trainer, a transformation specialist, an endurance specialist, bodybuilding specialist, and then basically just overall nutrition. So by definition, I am not licensed to, let me put this correctly. I am a nutrition specialist, meaning I'm a nutritionist, but I'm not allowed to create rules or diagnose and treat people that have a deficiency or that have a illness related to their nutrition. So they're two different things. I still have to, if I want to, I can get that certification, that license, but basically related to just general to the community, providing recommendations and basically telling people what to eat and when to eat and how much to eat. I'm certified to do that. So just to clarify that. But related to that, I do have some nice diet templates I post on my social media accounts. I have an Instagram account that I'm using right now. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. I haven't posted too much on Facebook. It's more of my personal life with my wife and son, but basically fitness related. I'll be on LinkedIn too. I like to post my templates there. You kind of get some impressions and some views with those. So all positive feedback from those who have used my templates. So basically you can just, click and drag, and it's a selectable drop-down list on a Google Sheet. So if you have a Gmail account, I can just send those to you. They're real nice. Not too expensive either. I'm selling them for $60 just for a one-time purchase. And I do all the work for you. You just basically let me know. You can do it on the blog on my website, hybridlivingathletics.com. Or you can message me directly, and I'll basically just provide you with the template that only you have access to. And you can basically just use everything, select the quantities, the meals you want, your carbs, proteins, and fats. Everything's broken down for you on that home sheet, that you have for basically just a customized program for you that lasts, 1, 2, 3 months, depending on which one you want to do. So I guess that covers, basically the diet program, the template, and the kind of the foundation overall of what I'm about. And what I'd like to do in the next, this call at least, and maybe into the next one, is kind of get into, again, like just my training from the perspective of somebody who is either less advanced than me or as advanced as me, or either maybe even they're elite. Like there's plenty of people out there that are more advanced than I am, and that are damn near professionals or professionals themselves, that I think would resonate with this, and that would also agree with things that I share. I have spent some time educating myself on, optimizing training. So one thing I want to bring up is my weightlifting related to my endurance and my running as it starts now, especially since I'm into endurance season. So like I said, I'm basically 2 weeks into this is going to be the start of week 2 this week of like a kind of a half marathon prep, which really only takes me 2 to 3 weeks because I stay in pretty good cardiovascular shape throughout the year, over the winter before I do any races in the spring or summer. But that being said, I am basically getting into more running as opposed to weightlifting. So I work out 6 days a week and twice a day on Monday. So that's 7 times a week that I'm working out. And what I do is I basically just my total mileage will increase as I approach a race. But what I would recommend and what I want to share is basically my strategy for optimizing each workout. That's by muscle group when I'm lifting weights. That's by distance and pace when I'm running. And that's by different types of HIIT cardio like boxing or swimming or bike riding, whatever it is. So I utilize all of these tools, I guess you could call them, when I'm working out to basically optimize my training, try to get myself to feel as good as possible going into a workout, but get the most out of myself, exert myself the most without burning out, and also with basically correlating my nutrition with that process. And I mentioned keto earlier, so I'll get to that at the end of this video. But what I want to talk about now is basically Monday through Saturday. What does that look like, and how you, maybe as somebody who's less advanced than me, like I said, maybe you're trying to just run a 5K, maybe you just want to get in better shape and lose weight, but you like lifting and running at the same time. This video is for you, and this is really going to break down kind of what I've studied and learned over the last couple of years trying to do this. So let me start with Monday. So basically Monday is a 6-mile run in the morning, and then I work out either back or chest. So I like to do a larger muscle group first day of the week when I work out. And a lot of people say Monday is International Chest Day for a reason. I mean, we all want to get a bigger chest, especially as men. That's important to us. We don't really care too much about, triceps or shoulders as much, or legs, but basically chest is kind of the ego lifting, muscle group that most people prioritize. So I'm not too different. I mean, I either do back or chest just because I preserve when I do a leg workout, I do a heavy leg workout, I'm pretty much burnt out for the next day or two, and I need a smaller muscle group to recover. So the reason I do either back or chest on Monday is because on Wednesday I do a long run, which is at this point it's a 12-mile run for time. So I try to pace it and get quicker as my training evolves. But basically that's what it looks like. Monday, back or chest, and then the evening workout is shoulders. And then the following day is what I didn't do, either back or chest. So if I do back on Monday, chest on Tuesday, vice versa. Chest on Monday, back on Tuesday. So basically I work out my entire upper body before I do a long run on Wednesday. And then what I do is after I do a long run, I hit leg machine or squats, something to where I'm already fatigued from running, but I hit my leg workout, larger muscle group, because I hit hypertrophy quick and I'm fatigued, but I focus on the connection, basically still getting a pump and still basically burning myself out for my entire body through Wednesday. So legs become less of a priority for me when I'm in an endurance training session, when I'm in a endurance phase. So that's why I work out legs on Monday, and I'll return to do legs on Saturday after I do another long run. So this is a little bit different than what I've previously done because I'm prioritizing. I'm not doing one heavy ass leg workout to basically burn myself out for 2 to 3 days. Guys that work out legs hard know if you're intermediate or advanced and you have a heavy leg workout, you're going to be sore for the next 3 or 4 days at least. Even if you're advanced and you work out all the time, because that's basically you're causing a lot of trauma on your body, your nervous system, and it's the largest muscle group in your body. So I'm splitting those two and basically prioritizing them after I prioritize my running, which I'll report on that in the next couple episodes. But so far it's working out for me. I had a great session yesterday on Saturday where I ran 9 miles. And then I had a nice leg workout where it was basically heavy squats or as heavy as I could, and then hamstring on the machines. And I did quads on the machine on Wednesday, like I'm referring to, where I do run legs, Wednesday and Saturday. Those look the same. So the days in between is where I kind of am flexible. So for everyone following, right, so far we've established Monday and Tuesday, entire upper body. Wednesday is a long run with lower body. Thursday is basically going to be a HIIT session. So it's either going to be boxing or it's going to be a barbell complex, like a CrossFit style workout. And that's kind of a fat burning, that's going to basically keep my weight kind of down because I do eat a lot, and I'll go into my diet at the end of this video. But I feel like heavy, high intense cardio keeps my VO2 max up. It keeps it optimal. And also it's a fat burning. Basically, you incinerate fat really when you do those CrossFit style workouts. There's a reason why CrossFit people look like some of the most fit people on the planet, is because the types of workouts like box jumps, kettlebell swings, all of those, they're very, very valuable for burning fat. If you're just a person who's trying to get in shape and not even do endurance races or become a bodybuilder necessarily, overall fitness, you can do it quickly too. A 10 to 15 minute high intensity CrossFit workout. Like I do a barbell workout where basically I clean press 140, 135 or 155 pounds, depending on how I feel, on a pyramid. So 10 reps, 9 reps, 8 reps, 7, 6, 5, all the way down to 1. And then I do another small muscle group. That might just be arms, included with the HIIT workout, something like that on a Thursday. Now, when I get into Friday, that's kind of the one day of the week I haven't really explained yet. That's kind of the biggest variable day that I do. So I do have a client that I work out with usually on Friday. So I usually will recommend to him, hey, like this is what my schedule looks like. I'd prefer if we do maybe chest, because I haven't done chest since Monday sometimes, or my second back workout. So it's either a variation of chest or back, or even a combination of both. And that could look like dumbbell incline press with lat bar pull down, something like that, even a push pull on the same day. Because again, I'm not focused on building lean muscle. I'm focused on maintaining the muscle I've gained in the off season, and then utilizing basically my elevated fitness to basically work out my entire body 1.5 to 2 times a week. Take note that I've basically worked out my legs twice, even though they're like half-size workouts because they're after a long run. But I've also worked out shoulders on Monday. I can go back to shoulders on Friday too, or even throw in shoulders on a Saturday after my run and do leg machine work. So basically everything is hit at least once and hopefully twice. So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot that's going on because I'm working out 6 days a week. I'm training for a long race. And the last thing I'll mention in this video is, what does a diet look like? And for me, I stumbled upon, I think, what is going to really elevate my game a little bit, because I made progress from 2022 to 2023 in terms of my marathon time by like 2.5 minutes or something. And that's good, but my weight increased by 3 to 4 pounds because I put on more muscle, and I felt like I was still pretty lean. But what I'm noticing is that, and what I noticed last year is that from 2023 to 2024, I am heavier going in, but my body composition is leaner. And I like to post those 15-second shorts on my channel to basically show anyone who follows me, look, like this is how I look now at this date, at this body weight compared to previously. So I've posted some of those where I'm very lean. Like I pretty much have a 6-pack, like in July on keto. And then in the off season, I weigh like 15 to 18 pounds heavier. And, I got obviously my body fat is above 10%, probably 11, 12, almost 13% sometimes. I weigh 195, 196 pounds. But this iteration of that has basically shown me that when I was on keto, I was able to become fat adapted, which is the essential component of keto. It's the primary principle of it. And then I was able to basically push myself through cardio sessions. I still had a lighter weight, but I discovered that I wasn't quite as fatigued, and I wasn't quite as, the cortisol levels weren't as high because I'm not, eating high sugar, high starch, high glycemic carbohydrates all the time, like white rice, tortillas, and bread. So I was basically pulling my energy resource from like higher fat meats like boneless, skinless chicken thighs, chuck roll, which is pretty inexpensive compared to a ribeye steak. It's like less than half as expensive at most places, and it's still got the same macronutrient profile. You get your B vitamins, you get your zinc, and all that good stuff. So basically, what I discovered last year is I kind of got a taste of, if I use keto diet for a marathon, which I haven't done yet. I ran a half marathon last year in the end of summer after I'd done my Ironman, my 70.3 Ironman, my marathon and stuff, and a few other half marathons. So basically what I discovered was I was surprised at how easy that marathon was to run, that half marathon, in July, when I hadn't really done too much training since after my Ironman. So what I'm curious to discover this year in this keto diet is, how much of an improvement can I make becoming fat adapted and training the same way with even a little bit more incrementally more intensity and overall like fitness, than overall higher fitness level in 2024? Because over time, like I've really dedicated myself to this type of exercise and this type of fitness lifestyle, for the last 3 years. So since the end of 2021, I really made a decision to, okay, every spring and summer, I'm going to do long runs, endurance races, try to do my best at those, and then take basically August through January to take 6 months of just bulking, a clean bulk. Like I don't believe in dirty bulking or cheat meals at all. But I basically eat like the same things all year for the most part, unless I'm on keto. And so just to basically provide you with a template of my keto diet right now, breakfast for me is higher fat. It's 3 whole eggs, 10 egg whites, and then 6 to 8 pieces of bacon. So basically that comes out to almost 100 grams of bacon, which is like 530 calories of, fat and protein. So breakfast is pretty much no carbs. I might throw an avocado in, half an avocado, which is like 8 grams of carbs, I think 7 to 8 grams of carbs. But basically, I consume my carbohydrates only from green vegetables, salad dressing right now, which I'm going to switch out, and then a banana and peanut butter. But again, like peanut butter is considered keto friendly because basically it's higher fat, lower carbs. You're getting like 16 grams of fat and 7 or 8 grams of carbs in a tablespoon. So I'll have a couple tablespoons of peanut butter, 350 like dense calories, which basically is what I eat for pre-workout with my pre-workout caffeine and my beta alanine. So following me on this, so basically we're going from breakfast to a pre-workout meal, and then there's a shake in the morning too, protein shake and some coffee. So I don't really intermittent fast. I used to, but not anymore, just because I have higher calorie requirements, and I'm not really trying to burn fat. I burn fat enough just working out how I work out. But basically, looking at post-workout meal, that's where basically I get some more carbohydrates, but they're minimal right now in my keto diet. So I've done some research on it, and a lot of professionals and a lot of sources say less than 15 to 20% of your diet can be carbs on a ketogenic diet. So that's where I'm below that right now, and I'm looking to go even further below, which is more almost like on the side of the Atkins diet, to where you're basically less than 10% of your calories come from carbohydrates. So like I said, I'm basically consuming some avocados, peppers, tomatoes, spinach, green beans on a daily basis, which is like 30 grams of carbs for like 2 or 3 cups cooked. So that's kind of the carbohydrate source right now, but that's going to change. And when I change that, we're talking about like before I work out, I have a banana and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which is like 450 calories. I'm going to exchange that for 8 ounces of 80%, 20% ground beef, just straight up ground beef cooked. Maybe throw some salt on there, get some sodium for water retention, and that's it. So we're looking at a very concentrated consistent daily diet of less than 100 grams of carbohydrates, but eating nearly 4,000 calories. And I'm going to lose weight on that diet because I'm doing so much. But what excites me is that once I become fat adapted, I'm going to lean on that, how I felt. Basically, I'm just going off instinct. Like I felt so good, like in that half marathon, to where I was literally surprised. Like I hadn't trained. It's a 13.1 mile race, but after my Ironman on June 8th, I had 7 weeks between those races. I only did 2 or 3 long runs to prepare for this half marathon, and it felt fine. Like it was elevation change. It was in the mountains, so higher elevation than what I'm used to, but I really just knocked it out, and it felt easy. It felt simple. I felt like I could have done extra 3-4 miles, after the finish line. So basically going off of that feeling, I want to track that this year and see how I feel, and how when you could become fat adapted, for any of you who have basically done the ketogenic diet, you really know, like you kind of like dial into, okay, now that I'm not consuming carbs and my body's used to it, I feel like I have energy, and I feel like the energy is coming from fats. And it's hard to explain, but yeah, when you're carb dependent, you're almost more of a volume eater. And that's what I like about keto is I don't feel like I have to keep, like just consuming, like shoveling rice and, bread or tortillas, whatever it is. I feel like I can just basically say, okay, some peanut butter here. I have almond milk, for example, which is basically replaces my 2% whole milk, 2% milk or whole milk, which has, 8 to 12 grams of carbs in just 1 cup. So almond milk only has like, I think 30, 40 calories in a cup, which with less than 1 gram of carbohydrate. So it's keto friendly. If you want some taste, you can just add a sweetener to it, put it in your coffee. I have it in my protein shake now. So that's basically another substitution that's going to get me like really dialed into this keto diet. So, bottom line, first message, I guess I want to, broadcast out there related to the diet is I encourage anyone who's trying to get leaner, because I do get leaner when I'm on keto. And if you're not obsessed with strength, if you want to just look good, feel good, still, build muscle, you can still build muscle on a ketogenic diet. That's what I would suggest, is just trying it for a while. Give it 4 to 6 weeks, see how you feel, see if your strength improves. As long as you're, calories in, calories out, as long as you're basically consuming enough on that template, on that ratio of basically, like I said, for me, it's going to be like 10 to 15% carbohydrates, 30 to 35% protein, and then over 50, almost upwards of 60% of fats. And those fats, where do those fats come from? Well, they come from healthy omega sources like, it could be salmon, it can be avocados, it can be higher fat meats. Like I said, like I usually eat very lean ground beef or ground turkey. Now I'm eating 80-20 ground beef. Now I'm eating 85-15 organic ground beef. Now I'm eating ribeyes, chuck roll, sirloin steak. So that's basically what the profile looks like when it's changed from basically a paleo diet to a ketogenic diet. So overall, I'm excited to start this, and I'll report, on this channel next week with kind of an update on my training, kind of the last week of my prep before my half marathon on March 24th. Then we'll turn around and do another half marathon on April 15th. And then at that point, it's going to be basically 2 to 3 more weeks of basically hard training, long running until my full marathon on May 7th, which is kind of the main event of each year for me. So much more good stuff to come. Thank you for listening. I hope this resonated with a lot of folks, and I hope that anyone who's just started following me or paying attention to my channel gets some value from it, and we can continue getting this maybe getting this out and getting some responses and getting some participation from anyone who's interested or who wants to share their experiences with me. So I encourage that definitely. And have a good week, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.